Right, welcome everyone to day 6 of Police Week 2025. It is 3:30 in the morning. I've just finished a nearly 8.5 hour long stream hyping up to this update, and it is finally here. We have a lot to cover in this one, as well as a very exciting end to this week with a teaser for what is to come later today, technically, on Saturday for day 7. So let's jump into this, check out all the new features with new sirens, 3 new guns, and multi-vehicle syncing lights. So let's hop in game and have a look. So as you can see, we've spawned in. Ollie has the Police Week 2025 uniform with a very nice badge on the side. Now I'm going to get this as well. You can get this if you've completed the badge hunt already. Of course, that came out at the beginning of the week, and most of us already have. There's 2 different variants. As you can see, Ollie's got the belt, so he doesn't have the radio and the 2D belt drawn on, but I don't have the belt on, or the in-game belt, so yeah. Anyway, slight differences, but either way, I think it's a really clean uniform. Looks very much the same to previous years, except with the 2025 Police Week emblem on the side. Either way, let's move on to now talk about guns. We have 3 new law enforcement guns and 1 new civilian weapon. So we'll start off with the Benelli M4. Now, I'm definitely butchering the pronunciation, but this is a new gun under the SWAT Game Pass. I do not have that much experience or knowledge with guns, unfortunately, so I can't really tell you too much about this. But in terms of the model, I think it looks quite nice. Animations, of course, are taken from other shotguns, but I think it's quite good. It has a not too far of a spread for a shotgun. Yeah, I think it looks good. Again, it's another weapon under the SWAT Game Pass, so if you do have the Game Pass already, then you'll be getting that for free. We do also have the Car CW9. These always have the strangest of names. And this is a pistol for the Detectives Game Pass. It's been a while since we've seen an update to that, which is pretty nice. And I like it. The two-tone, kind of the white casing on the top and the black bottom. I like it. I do like it a lot. Again, same animations and stuff as before, but I think it's a pretty cool gun. And it's a nice one to have as the Detective Game Pass. Now, we've got one more gun, which is the Ruger SR556. And as you can see, this is another assault rifle of sorts. Oh, look at that on the side. Nice detail there. Okay, that's pretty cool. And wow, this has heavy fire rate. Look at that. Pretty nice. I like the model. I think it's a really nice addition to the arsenal. And that is all I have really to say about it. So we're here at the gun store, and we have 1 new civilian weapon with this update. So we have the Remington 700 here. Also, someone did point out there's a new carpet here. So there you go. Do what you will with that information. Either way, we've got a new sniper here. Remington 700 on civilian. Quite nice. I do quite like the look of this. Very far range as before. Again, I'm not a gun fanatic, so I'm sure someone can tell you much more information of the specifics about the range of this, hit rate, fire rate, blah, blah, blah. But either way, I think it's a nice looking gun. And again, it's just cool to have more of these on civilian. That does a lot of damage though. We're back on police after all of that shenanigans. Now let's talk about ELS syncing. Now to enable this in a private server, you go down to custom ELS all the way at the bottom here. And I've just got some testing ELS patterns. So I've got park testing and testing. So we'll be using both of these. Let's just go ahead and scroll right down to the bottom. And there's a box we tick called syncable. Just tick that and save this. We go over to park testing and do the exact same thing. Tick syncable. And that's all we have to do really. Then we go back over here. We just spawn a vehicle with those ELS patterns on. So let's just go and both spawn the 2020 Explorer. So we've got both of the vehicles over here. We'll make it a bit later a day so you can see that. There we go. As you can see, the ELS patterns sync. So they're currently in the park pattern. And as you can see, they sync lovely. It's really nice, if you've got a big scene, there's, 10, 20 police cars parked here. They're not all flashing about doing different patterns at different times. If they're all parked up, at the same scene, then they've all got the same light patterns. They're all synced together and it looks really organized and it's not as, I guess, in your eyes. It's not as distracting. So that's really, really cool. And you can see if we hop back in, We can even sync the stage 3 pattern because I enabled that to be syncing as well. So if we have a look close enough, that is in fact syncing. Yes, I believe so. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that is ELS syncing in private servers. Yeah, nearby cars will sync if all ELS patterns are syncable. Now, before I go on to the next part about horns and sirens, I just wanted to go back to this. Basically, ERLC partnered up with Redneck Modifications and are using their very large array and library of sirens, sounds, horns in ERLC, which are much better quality than the ones we had before, and there's much more of them. They're much more realistic. So that is how they've been able to implement in new sirens to the fire department, police, and sheriff. And they're all based on real life models, which is really cool. So if we hop into a police car here, let's just park this up there, and we use a horn. As you can hear, that is completely different to what we had before. So let me just cycle through some of these patterns for you, or some of these sirens for you. We've got manual, automatic over here, which is basically just a combination of them. Wail, yelp, we'll just play them by themselves, and then priority. Pretty cool. And then the really cool thing is that they're different on each of the teams. So I've got my charger spawned in here on LCSO, and it does have a different horn. Very deep, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's really cool. That's different. And Ollie showed me something as well. If we use the car key, right, and we unlock, as you can see, it actually plays the sound of the horn, which is pretty cool. So I like that. I like that a lot. Lastly, we'll hop onto RCFR, or FD, and check out theirs. We're now over here at RCFR, and they've got their own mini update as well. So let me play you some of the sounds that have been added for theirs. We've got the horn. Wow, that sounds much more like a train horn. If we go and put the lights on, we've got the Federal Q2B, we've got the wail, yelp, and priority call. All new, very nicely sounding. Ollie's got them on the ambulance as well, so we can hear them from the outside. Look at that. Sounds really clean. Much more realistic as well, I may add. So that's really cool to see. No changes to civilian or DOT, but yeah, changes to sheriff, police, and FD with the new sirens. And hopefully this opens up more opportunities in the future to add custom sirens for private servers. I think that'd be a really cool feature, being able to upload or even go through a library of sirens that PLC have, and then you can choose your own, whichever ones you'd like to use for your private server. I think that'd be really cool. So either way, that wraps up the new sirens and all of the new features with this update. So let's take a look at what will be coming later today, aka on day 7. So one day is left of Police Week 2025, and it is this big, very big box. But I think there's a pretty big clue in game of what we will be getting tomorrow. So if we go outside this station, RCPD station, you can see there is construction all outside the front here. As you can see, we've got scaffolding here, we've got cones set up there, even more scaffolding all the way up to the top story. As we continue around the building, we've got more cones, scaffolding all around the side here, and we've even got a forklift, tree knocked down. We've got the remains of the sign that was here, the big RCPD sign. That's been torn down. There's a couple of pallets over here. All this has been torn up, trees torn down, and scaffolding placed up in preparation for what I can only assume will be a completely new station, or at least very drastic changes to the current station. Will we be seeing a second floor coming? Will we be seeing a new exterior design, new interior rooms? We'll have to wait and see. But that will all be coming later today or tomorrow, depending on which time zone you're in. And yeah, a new police station, which I'm very, very excited about. I really do hope the PLC devs have taken in a lot of the feedback and suggestions the community as a whole have given. So there's lots of things I'd like to see in a newly revamped station. So we'll just have to wait and see for that. But I'm very, very excited for what is to come. So I'll be streaming on Saturday in preparation for the final day of Police Week. Make sure to join in, and then I'll be doing a full update video covering everything that is new in the final Police Week update. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for that. Thank you to Ollie for helping out and staying up until like 3 a.m. to record this video. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.